Look, I'm sorry, okay? I know some of you guys may think that I'm just a furry hater or something like that. A furry that hates other furries or something like that. You know? And I really wish people would not think of me like that. Not because I want to save face or something, it's just I'm really trying to express my personal grievances and my personal pet peeves and issues that I have in this fandom and why I cannot enjoy this fandom like other furries can do. You know, it just bothers me. Because just like you guys watching, or at least I hope some of you guys are watching that are furries. I am one of you. And I cannot change that. I just express that I just can't leave this fandom, you know? You just can't leave this fandom and pretend that you're not a furry. That's just not possible, you know? Because if you like anthropomorphic animals, you know, any content that these guys are putting out, then you, my guy, you're a furry. Whether you like it or not, you know what I mean? If you're into that is, you just make some of these things because of the content, then I guess you're not a furry, but you're kind of walking in a very thin line between being a furry or not being a furry, or being known as a furry. Actually, that sounds very confusing, so we're just gonna go between just you're not a furry yet, okay? We're just gonna go with that to not really overload this little argument, okay? But what I'm saying is that it really bothers me that I'm a furry. I can talk to random people. They will think I'm a furry, 100%, because of my profile pictures and shit, you know? And I also show very subtle, quote unquote, furry signs as well, you know what I mean? It's kind of obvious, but people don't tend to comment on it, so whatever, you know what I mean? It's just that I have no choice but to tell them that I'm a furry. And I have run the risk of just certain people just shoving me away because I'm a furry. Or some people having some really kind of like, how do I say this? Some doubts about me because I'm a furry. Like, is this guy gonna be another weirdo? Is this guy gonna be like, it's gonna be obnoxious? What the fuck did I got myself into? And that kind of shit. I really don't like to have people just guessing twice about me just because I'm a fucking furry. Honestly, being a furry shouldn't be like a big deal. Honestly, it really doesn't have to be like that. But some people actually do, and for those people, they're just, you know, they're just exaggerating things, you know, like any other hater would do, you know, someone who just decide to just absorb misinformation and shit, and they turn out to be like that, which is unfortunate, and we're trying our best to try to clean that, you know, which is why there's been like, or at least there's been this big documentary about furries, you know, by Coyote or something like that, you know what I mean? Like a big fucking thing. So hopefully people that see furries will not see us as like something that doesn't have to be negative or bad, or, you know, it's just like a horny place for horny people, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't have to be like that. And the furry fandom is not about that. I do understand that. Man, the people in this fandom, the furries themselves, are the ones who they're destroying that image, and they don't even realize it. They don't even know about it, you know, and they pretend that they did nothing wrong. And that's where I have to fucking stand up and say like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? What is this shit about? Huh? What is this then? It's supposed to be like a place where, you know, like it's a lot of wholesome people and whatever the fuck. But there's also the other side of people who just really questionable people. You know what I mean? They're into some questionable things and whatever. They say questionable things or whatever. All that shit. And we just let those guys just roam freely in this fandom, bro. That's the problem, man. That's the fucking problem. And those are the people who ruin the fucking reputation of the fandom. So what gives? If we're gonna be known as the weird fandom, at least I will appreciate that with the weird of just like people just leaving us alone, you know what I mean? That would be fine. But then there's other people who just actually trying to throw hate at us and shit. They're trying to like show us away and whatever. To badmouth us and shit. All of that stuff. You know? We don't have to pay attention to them, but it's just that, you know, sometimes I feel that, why can't we just coexist? You know what I mean? I know we're weird, but just leave us alone, bro. It's fine, you know. Like I'm not personally into the weird spectrum or whatever. I'm just a furry and that's it. I guess the fact of liking anthropomorphic characters more than human characters is weird, like by itself. Okay, that's all I have. But everything else is just like, dude, I'm just a dude like you, bro. I just wanna play video games. I just want to vibe with people, bro. That's all I wanna fucking do. You know. We're living in a world where coexisting is really hard because people are that fucking stupid. You know? I don't understand why people are that stupid. Like, can we just chill with each other? Can we just relax, bro? Do we have to fight? Do we have to argue? Anything? If only it was that easy, bro. Like, we can't have nice things these days. We can't. Because society is that fucking stupid. Humans are that fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I have no choice but to blame both sides, you know? For furries into getting into trouble with society, and for society, well, just putting more fucking wood into the fire, you know? That kinda like shit. So like, who's the one to blame here but both of them? I just hope this wasn't a thing, man. I didn't encounter this kind of like things of people actually telling me in my face that, yo, are you a furry? And then fuck you then, because your people are fucking weird. And I'm like, well, those are those people. I'm just being me, bro. I just wanna vibe and just play video games, bro. That's what I wanna fucking do. Why you have to be like that? You just fucking met me, bro. Like, if people were to actually take this saying of don't judge a book by its cover actually fucking seriously, like adults, then we wouldn't be in this fucking mess. Honestly. But well, what can I say, bro? Again, we can have nice things. Life would be way much easier and happier that way. But apparently we just exist to suffer. You know? That's how it is, man. And this is not the only thing that the fandom has to deal with. You know? There's like a lot of furry drama via different means and shit, you know. Someone got into trouble, someone was found out doing very questionable stuff, doing the wrong thing, and all that stuff. I'm not saying that calling out other furries is a bad thing, you know. But there's gonna be times it's gonna just get out of hand, and sometimes it happens for the wrong reasons, you know. Mostly when furries make videos like this one that I'm doing right now, which is criticizing the fandom, you know. Furries who criticize the fandom tend to get like a lot of flack, you know, a lot of hate for like some furries and shit. And honestly, that makes me really fucking sad, you know, because that literally tells me that furries have no wish. They don't want to improve themselves. They don't want to improve this, and they feel so complacent of where they are right now. And that's a bad thing. They don't realize you can't just be in your comfort zone and live like that forever. You can't live like that, my guy. Why it has to be bad for some people like me who criticize this fandom to, well, voice out some things that we notice, that we feel that is happening and shit, trying to explain those. And why those people have to be shoved away? Why do they have to be cancelled? Why do they have to get the hate? You know? Why is it? I do not understand. Like, bro, we're supposed to evolve, not devolve, or just stay stagnant. Things gotta change for the better, my dude. You know? How many times I have to tell you that you cannot live like this, my guy? you're gonna see, bro. You have to learn, you have to realize, you have to process what's going on around you, not just what you're experiencing with. Think about the others. If the fandom is about thinking about the others and giving them a place in this world, then why can't we have this for these people? If people complain about the fandom, it's because something is going on. At least I hope, for the most part, it should be the case, you know. Other people do it for the clout, and for those people, fuck them, you know. Just fuck them. I'm doing this because I really want to express this shit, because I am a furry, bro. I've been a furry since 10 years old, and I've been noticing this whole deception, this whole thing about the furries not being liked by like a lot of people, and that personally bothered me and just prevented me from express the fact that I'm a furry, you know, because everybody's worried that, oh, we're gonna be careful of those furries because we don't know what we're getting into, you know what I mean? I really hate that the furries have this bad stigma about them, and it's not even my fault. It's not my fault. It's their fucking fault. You know? Why do I have to deal with their fucking mess? Why do I have to try to clean my image because of their fucking mess? Doesn't that sound bullshit? For me it does. It's annoying. Why do I have to do a little more effort to just try to interact with people, you know, who are not furries? Or you're probably thinking that, well, just interact with furries. That's the problem, bro. That's the problem. I don't want to interact with furries. I've seen furries, bro. Some furries I just can't hang out with, you know. And I don't know, bro. I just get some weird vibes about the furries. It's something telling me to not do it. It's not worth it, you know. I don't want to say it's because of my possible like past experiences with them, but it's just something telling me to not fucking do it, and I don't do it. I tried a few times with little results or whatever, right? I guess it's my fault for not keep trying or something, but still, like, I just choose to not fucking do it. And in fact, I have better luck with just hanging out with regular fucking people, you know, gamers like me and shit. That's it, you know. I really wish I can explain this. I wish, man, but it's just difficult for me to do. It's just something that I do. It's just something that I feel, and I can't really explain it. My subconscious just prevents me from doing so, because of my bad experiences, you know. Throughout my entire life, I've been discouraged to be weird and to hang out with weird people. I guess that's how I turn out to be. Like, throughout the years, I've been discouraged for being like this because I get nothing but shit. I get punished from this, you know. I don't know what to blame on this shit anymore. I don't know, bro. It's just this. But then I feel like I have this weird kind of like identity crisis where, like, am I really a furry or something, or what, bro? Like, I like this stuff. I draw this fucking stuff. I do enjoy it, you know. I follow a crap ton of furry artists, you know, or artists who specializes into this stuff. I do respect them with everything of my being, you know. I do, and I strive to be one of them one day, bro. They inspire me to become an artist in the first place. But at the same time, as much as I love the crafts and the art that the furries do, the community has been always like something like an afterthought, because I don't really spend my time with the fandom or like in the community. And while I can just be a furry and just live the fact that I'm a furry in the fandom or whatever, without being in the community, and that's a thing, that's a valid thing to do, it still bothers me that I can be part of this fandom, but at the same time, I don't feel connected with these furries. There's some things that furries and I can't relate anymore, you know. I grew past that. I developed past that. And that's the thing that bothers me, you know. I don't feel like a special connection with the furries anymore. I don't feel excited for meeting another furry in the wild or like just randomly around, you know? I don't feel any of that. Furries are just another fucking person to me. Just another ass dude to me. That's what I feel the furries about, you know? Like, it doesn't have to bother me in the long run. It doesn't affect me in my everyday life, but that's just how it is, you know? In the eyes of a normie or something, they will not fucking believe me when I say that, yes, I'm a furry, but I don't hang out with the other furries, so. Will you really think someone's gonna believe me on that? Even if I do mean it? No one's gonna fucking believe me, bro. And that's something that I have to really try to explain to people. Because that's the truth. Like, it's no more explanation to it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a furry in this fandom, but I'm staying away from the community. I'm not into that nonsense, bro. I'm not into the fursuits, I'm not into the conventions. I'm not into that woo shit. Nothing like that, bro. I'm just a dude who likes video games. That's the whole thing about me. Nothing else. Case closed. And another thing that bothers me more than anything, now that I actually remember it now, is some of the furry influencers, you know? Some of the big names in the fandom. Mostly, I wanna say mostly either YouTubers and other content creators like streamers or something like that. I'm not gonna count artists or something like that, even though there's some really bad artists in this fandom that also get some very bad vibes and shit in the fandom. But I wanna mention more about these people because this is another thing that the fandom is actually struggling with, and I actually pretty fucking tired of it personally. And I will hope that will stop fucking happening, but it just fucking keeps happening. I don't know why. And my issue is that furries, I want to believe that they take clout a little bit more seriously, you know? Clout, just being famous and all that shit, you know? Some people don't want to admit it, but that's kind of like the big thing of the fandom, you know? That is actually happening out there, you know? If you want furries to notice you, I'm sorry, but you have to be trendy, you know? You have to have a fursuit, you have to have like a personality that furries would like to see and shit. If you're a YouTuber, you're gonna have one of these fucking thumbnails in your videos to get clicks from furries because furries like that shit for some fucking reason. And any of that shit. And when I say that furries like to see this kind of like shit around the place, that speaks volumes to me, bro. That's when I raise my eyebrow out of pure concern because, bro, why are you guys like this? Why are you guys into this shit, bro? This is just weird. Beyond weird. What the fuck are you guys into, bro? What is going on? Am I missing something? Dude, I see one of these thumbnails and I just open my eyes really fucking wide. And I literally just think about, oh my fucking god. What is this? You know what I mean? I like a fucking disappointed parent or something, you know? It's just like, bro. To think that this is how you get views from furries at least, right? It bothers me, bro. Is the fandom really like this? Does the fandom actually like to see this shit? And all of this shit? Is this what they want to see? Is this what they like? Is this what they want to fucking do? All of this shit? Plus the fursuits and all that shit? It's like, what the fuck? Alright? I just wanna say that, bro. Just, what the fuck? I'm not into that shit whatsoever, bro. What is this? What is this shit about? And if it's not that, it's like other influencers out there who got outed. They got called out from the community, and they still doing their shit, you know. And people like, for example, Gato Shadow Scale, for example, right? Dude still have a platform. He still does his things and shit. You know what I mean? He still gets support and whatever, despite the fact that in the past he had a very outrageous, both outrageous Patreon rewards and outrageous fucking Discord rules, like their Discord community rules and shit. It's just like, bro, can we just deplatform this man? Is it that hard? You know? Can the fandom just come together to just say like, yo, fuck this person? You know what I mean? Fuck this person because this guy is just narcissistic as fuck and he's just taking advantage of his community. Can we just do that? I wanna believe that people did already because I seen it. But then like, dude still has a platform. They stood around. It's like nothing changed. They probably lost like a good amount of followers and shit, but then like some time passed and they stood around, bro. They're probably getting back those followers that they fucking lost because they don't know about the fucking what is it? They don't know about the fiasco that happened, or they just came back because they're fucking morons. Furries need to purge the other furries who deserve it, man. It's like what they did to Kiro. They purged that man. He got banned to the Shadow Realm, never to be heard, to be fucking mentioned again. If only furries would do that, bro. Where the fuck is the justice in here? There is no justice. What about the Pixar boy from the BLFC incident? What about that guy? You know, is it still around? I honestly don't know what's up with that guy. I don't know where he went to. And honestly, I don't know what was the reception. Like, yes, like a lot of people call him out for like, yo, why the fuck did you do that? Why did you do that in the first place? There's no reason for you to do that in the first place. It's fucking gross and shit. You know what I mean? Are you gonna do that on like one of the first cons after the fucking COVID lockdown and shit? Is that what you're gonna fucking do? Do something unsanitary? Is that what you're gonna fucking do, bro? Is that how you welcome the fucking conventions back? He's like, bro, dude, discipline. Teach some discipline, bro. It's that hard. Make him know that no, dude, you can't do that. You can't get away with this, man. What is wrong with you, bro? To think that some furries actually support this man is beyond me, bro. What the fuck is going on? I just don't understand what is going on in the fandom sometimes, bro. Furries do some questionable shit, and then they forget about it like in a few weeks. Legit. That's how it is. They just forget about it in a few weeks. It's something worth talking about and mentioning, but nobody's gonna do anything because, like, you know, that shit came and gone, and that's it. It was like a holiday or some shit, you know, like an event. Where the fuck is the justice, bro? How am I gonna expect that the family is better when people like this is still going around the place, bro? People like this still exist, bro. All of these people, all of those furries that you guys hate so much, they're still around the place. They still have a platform. They still have a fan base and shit, you know? They're just gonna ignore the hate eventually, bro. You're just gonna push through it. Unless something big it has to be done, you know? Unless someone does something, bro. Literally just like canceling that guy is not gonna do anything anymore, I feel like. You guys need to like report them or some shit like that. Something big, bro, than just canceling, bro. Canceling, it has power, but it can only last so long. You get me? This fandom could have been so much more. It could have been great. This fandom has a lot of room for improvement. And that's something that not only me but others are also trying to say. Because there is a lot of room for improvement. There is a lot to be done. But it takes effort. And unfortunately, it takes the effort of the rest. It takes the effort of the masses. However, we have no control over them. Unfortunately, that leads into a downward spiral. A deception that unfortunately is really hard to get away from. You know what's the sad part about this? All of this could have been prevented. if people would not be so stubborn. These furries, they all can be so stubborn. All they're doing is just run away from the truth. They're running away from their problems, like children. Like, I can understand that this world that we live on is not the best. In fact, it's like very flawed, it's horrible, it's bad. Bad stuff happening all around us. Which is why we need to band together and improve it. Put some effort into it. Hopefully we can make this world better, like for the next generation maybe. Or something along those lines. I feel it could be the same way with the furry fandom if people would stop being so stubborn and just get out their little bubble over there. I feel that that's when this fandom can finally take steps in the good direction. Fucking furries just indulging in this fantasy of theirs. It's something that I can't understand. You know what I mean? Their base, their imagination, their dreams, even their personality in just being furry. I know it sounds so fucking dumb and silly, but that's just how it is sometimes. You know? Their interests, their priorities is just placed in the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Which is why some of these people come out as being obnoxious. It's just come out as they come out as being weird and stuff. You know what I mean? And that's something that I would love to just prevent, and I would just spread the word on, but no one is gonna take me seriously. Let's be honest here. This video is gonna be watched by I don't know how many people. None of you will care. You probably just think that I'm speaking nonsense all this time. All this just about 50 minutes. But I just need you to understand that the furry fandom is something that it can be improved on. It can be so better, so much better than you think. Better for you, for those who enjoy your escapism, and for the rest of us too, and just believing the fact that the fandom is generally a good place. Things are in place. Things are just running like the way it's supposed to. There's a good flow overall. You know, there's balance. But I'm afraid that will not be the case. And it's so unfortunate to hear and to just realize. You know, the only way for this fandom to become better and to improve over time is the fact that eventually we just need to spread the word and hope that the word spreads far enough. So when it comes to someone with more influence, hopefully the fandom will pick up. And from there, nothing but improvement can happen, hopefully. But that will not happen. And that's a sad reality to think about. It's a sad truth to just ingest, to just take. Another hard pill to swallow for me. I already did on accepting myself for the flawed person that I am. I'm not a good person, but that doesn't mean that I don't strive to become one. I'm being so harsh because I genuinely want to see change and improvement. You know, that's my logic. I just need you to understand this. You know? And you know what's the best part? It all comes in full circle. Back to that hot take that we just talked about before. You want to leave the fandom because you think it just doesn't suit your needs, doesn't suit your standards. That's the problem. Those people. You know, I don't make fun of that hot take, but now the more I think about it, I start to see the cracks on that. I start to see what it actually means, you know. It's because of ignorance. Furries just want you to believe that the fandom is just a good place overall. Like, you don't worry about these people. They think it's the minority, you know. What they don't know is that this minority can eventually turn to something greater, you know. It has the risk of spreading. It has the risk of just like getting out of hand, and that's what furries miss to just judge, you know. They just miss to understand, to see, to acknowledge. And that's why the fandom is the way that it is. It's because of pure ignorance. If people would stop just talking their ass off sometimes and actually do something about it, I won't be sitting here complaining about the fandom. I won't be here just questioning myself of like, am I really a furry? Like, I'm a furry no matter what. It's just, it really makes me start doubting myself, doubting my furriness, if that means anything. It really shouldn't mean much. In fact, it should mean nothing, because being a furry doesn't really describe me as a person. It's not a part of my life. Doesn't really compose like a big part of my person, you know. I don't really base my whole thing on this furry thing. All there is just an interest. But because this interest evolved into something greater, into a whole community, a whole army of people who like the same things as I do, you know. This whole world was created. This whole fantasy was created. All of these things that we have, all the people in it, all the brilliant minds that composed it, that gives it life. Everybody's here. The fandom exists because of us. And for that, just like something created us, something allowed us to stand in this world, into Earth. The least we can do is take care of it, you know, look after it. Look after any things that may harm it, that may just deteriorate it, things that may hurt it. Everything. We need to protect it. Protect this world from those who want to harm it and destroy it. That's the same logic that I want to give to furries. We created this. We created this world. We turn ourselves into these characters. This whole universe. This whole hub that we created. The least that we can do to it is take care of it at the same time too. Improve on it even. Into many, many areas. You know? We created this society. This space. All of this is made by us. Or rather, by you. And just like you created this space, this world that you allowed me and others to take a part on, to participate on, to just hang out with, you also assume the responsibility to take care of it and improve on it. Just like we inhabit in this world, it's up to us to improve our space, to improve our way of life, even to improve those around us. It's the same principle. I want to encourage furries to do the right thing. I want this fandom to be a great place that all of you describe it as. Unfortunately, mere words don't mean anything to me. Actions do. I can't stand ignorance in this fandom anymore. This fandom is being plagued by ignorance. Ignorant people who just grow content with the state of the fandom, just because of their experience with it so far. They feel no need to improve themselves or to help with the improvement of the fandom. That just won't do. Oof, that was a long one, wasn't it? I'm sorry that I did it again with, making pretty much an hour video, an hour long video. Although by the time I'm uploading like this one, it's gonna be part 2. I'm gonna divide this into 2 parts, alright? Which I probably did already by now. And yeah, I'm sorry, but you guys need to understand that when it comes about the furry fandom, there's 1,000 things to talk about. I can only cover them so much in this video. I can only cover them so much in in one video or something like that. When that can be its own podcast, Like I could make a podcast of it, Just literally me sitting down here for like 3.5 hours talking about the furry fandom. I can so fucking do that if I want to, I don't mind because, well, the furry fandom is just one of those things that I'm pretty kind of like, I have mixed opinions about it. I feel pretty mixed, you know what I mean? Even though I was criticizing it a lot, I was like, I was throwing a lot of like shit at them or whatever while talking about things in this video. I didn't talk about those things because I want to be mean to you, because I want to be that guy and just being a hater or something like that. I'm doing this because I do care about you. I do care about this fandom, just like other people like me does, who make videos like this. That's why we make videos like this, dude. It's not rocket science to literally find that out. I'm literally just telling you, man. That's why I'm doing this. My hope is that hopefully some furries can watch these videos and start discussing about this shit. I've been like watching furries talking about this more and more, and I want to throw my 2 cents about it. It doesn't have to be accurate, it's just I want it to be personal, I don't want to write a script of just like me reading into the whole shit, when all these things are just literally personal things that I feel about the fandom. Things that personally bother me about this fandom and shit. I know all of that shit, I've been watching a lot of furries do this exact same thing, It doesn't have to be Lagobert and Labrat, It doesn't have to be those 2 specifically that I watch, I know there's other ones like Coyote Lovely, I think it was, but I don't watch much. I don't think I watch any of his videos besides the ones from Sappho and shit, I need to probably watch his stuff to see what he has to offer for me. But the ones that I've been watching personally are, what is it? Actually, oh yeah, I remember. One of them is called Panda the Man, which is this guy, okay? I've been watching and listening to some of his videos, and he does talk about very interesting stuff, I do recommend him. If you want to watch him, go ahead. I'm gonna leave some of the, I'm gonna leave a lot of the YouTubers, a lot of the creators who inspire me to make videos like this happen, about the furry fandom. I'm trying to pretty much just drop my 2 cents on the table and leave, alright? Just stop talking about this for a while, because I feel that, at least I feel that I covered things that I wanted to cover for this one without much filler, hopefully not, So that's just one of them. And the other one that I just watched like a few videos of, he has to be this guy. He's a kid actually, It's called Novely JPG. Like I watch one of his videos being like, kind of like this one, which is just criticizing the furry fandom. And honestly, for a kid at his age, he brought some decent, pretty good points. You know what I mean? It does. He's still a kid. He still needs to I feel that what he was trying to say in that video was okay. And the main thing about he was trying to communicate in that video was I don't know if it was a correct way to put it. He still brought some pretty good points, which also proved to be a main inspiration to make this video, honestly. All these channels that pretty much allow me to inspire myself to make a video like this are going to be in the description below if you want to check them out. I do recommend that you actually dedicate some of your time to watch some of these videos, so you can be more educated about the furry fandom, and who knows, maybe you can find other videos that they made that you may like yourselves. It doesn't have to be about the furry fandom exclusively, you know what I mean? It's like some of these people like to branch out and make other videos as well if that's your thing. It's a thing for everyone, you know? I'm just saying. But yeah, I made this video so I can basically, you know, just hopefully forget the fact that I made that video, to expand more about what I said in that video. There's other things that I didn't mention because honestly, if it was like that, I would have to make a part 3, and honestly I don't feel like making a part 3 anytime soon, you know? So we're gonna just be left with this. My overall thing that I just want to leave, that I just want to mention before I leave is furries. Again, I'm saying this again, you know? You furries have a lot of potential. You guys are great. You guys are fantastic. Some of you guys are really good people, talented people, you know what I mean? Very kind people. But at the same time, you're letting some of these bad apples, you're letting some of these other things, these other events and situations, some of these incidents just affect the fandom in a more negative way. And my issue is that the fandom is letting this happen. It is letting this whole fucking fiasco happen. And I wish they would just do something to prevent this shit from happening, you know? That is all I want. Not just trying to correct themselves, but trying to just like to realize where these furries are standing on. You know, that's all I want them to fucking do. Realize that's happening around you, not just yourself or around yourself. Think about the others. Research. See what's going on. Express it out. Let that voice be reached to other furries. Because my guy, the only way for the furry fandom to do something is to spread the word. We need to spread the word. If we don't spread the word, nothing's gonna get fixed. Nothing's gonna get better. Alright? Enough of this facade. Enough of this. I don't want to believe that this fandom is about escapism. I know I've been trying to be like this and it's not been working out for me. You can't live a life like this of just escaping reality, escaping your responsibilities, you know, to just take part of a childish fantasy. You can't live like this. Open your eyes. That's all I want from you. To learn, to develop, to evolve. You know? For this fandom is gonna be especially hard because there's so many of us. There's that many of us out there in the world. You know? So that's why I'm encouraging you guys to do is to spread the word. You know? Or the people like me or the other ones that I mentioned throughout this video. Spread their word to the masses of the fandom. Because if you don't, then nothing's gonna change. Everything will be the same. And eventually, everybody will be complaining about the exact same thing. And it's just gonna become a loop. Just an endless loop that we cannot get out of, you know? And just a downward spiral into deception. I don't want that to happen to the fandom. Neither do you, right? Then please, please listen to me and listen to them too. We want this fandom to be a better place. We want the people in this fandom to improve. You know, that's all we want. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be cancelled or something. Allow change to happen so hopefully people like me can be satisfied and we eventually stop making videos about this. Didn't you thought of that? If you guys would just actually listen to us Videos like this shouldn't happen. I don't have to complain about the fandom for like an hour, or 2 or 3 hours. Or other creators as well to complain about the fandom too. Such videos and content should not exist. But you guys just make it so easy for us. I cannot comprehend that didn't went through your head. It's such common sense. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. You can take everything that I said in this video with a grain of salt if you so want to. Because what I'm doing is just dropping my 2 cents. And just that's it. Next video is gonna be something different though, I swear. We're gonna return to something more casual and just, you know, a little bit more lively, you know what I mean? So, hope you guys took your time to listen to this video, to these 2 parts. And anything you wanna say to me, tell me in the comment section below. Just be respectful and, well, that's, I guess, I don't know if that's too much to ask, but just don't be a douchebag, okay? That's all I'm asking for. Positive, negative, I don't care. Just don't be a fucking douchebag, alright? That's all I'm asking for. But anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys go. My name is Kazuo Okami, and I'm the Lone Wolf. See you guys next time. Kazuo out.